Welcome to the celebrated nightly news of Calaveras County. I'm Sarah.
And I'm John.
And we're here to tell you the news.
Yes, we are. And are we declaring today Meth Day?
It seems like it's Meth Day in Calaveras County. A little more than usual, actually.
The past, yesterday was Motorcycle Day.
Yes,
so,
motorcycle accident and people running day.
Well, I guess we'll start off with just a little update on the motorcycle stuff from yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is a story we've been following, and this is one that was from about 3:30 yesterday afternoon, where there was a motorcycle accident just below Arnold on Highway 4.
Exactly.
The official release is out, and one of the riders of the motorcycle, one of the occupants of the motorcycle, was Anthony Linebaugh, and this is kind of one of those sad pieces that you hope doesn't come up, because Anthony Linebaugh was also an occupant. For locals, they'll know this instantly, that about 4 years ago there was a wreck on Blagan Road down by the lake, White Pines Lake, where 4 teenagers, 2 occupants were killed, and the recent court case lately with Anthony Mann being tried for 2 cases of manslaughter. And Anthony Linebaugh was an occupant of that car, and so this is kind of lightning striking twice, and it's kind of, and there's going to be more to this. This is probably one of those stories that you're going to hear additional details. We spoke with CHP Officer Mike Maddox this morning on that, and I guess there's a lot of ongoing behind-the-scenes investigation issues that will come out on this. So just want to give a little bit of an update, and not necessarily a happy one, because this is one of those things you hope that kids, if they have one brush, then
they won't have another.
Yeah, but in this case, it doesn't look like it was the case.
So, on to another double hitter. Actually, the Calaveras County Narcotics Unit, along with the Angels Camp Police Department, in a concentrated or a combined search warrant execution, found 50 grams of methamphetamine in an apartment in Angels Camp.
And that's quite a bit, isn't it?
Which is quite a bit. What makes this story, this has a double hitter twist to it, is that the occupant of the apartment, Kathleen Paulette Porovich, age 39, was actually already being held in the Calaveras County Jail for substance abuse problems, or being under the influence of a controlled substance. So she was additionally charged with possession of the 50 grams of meth, and she's now being held on $60,000 bail.
Wow. What's
actually kind of interesting, though, about this particular instance is, like I said a couple minutes ago, the Calaveras County Narcotics Unit and the Angels Camp Police Department worked in conjunction with each other, and they're actually part of a newly formed Calaveras Methamphetamine Enforcement Unit, which
there was some grant money for that too.
Exactly.
Wasn't it? Yes.
Yeah, it was funded through grants, and actually it's made up of the Sheriff's Department, Angels Camp, and Social Services. So
let's try to handle all sides of the problem.
Problem while they're there. Absolutely.
Also yesterday there was I guess this is our second meth
story.
Arrest warrant. See, well, they were just working up Highway 4.
Yeah.
Right? They started.
They got all their warrants lined up in a row.
Right, and this one they did a warrant in Hathaway Pines, and this is another one to where the release on this one is fairly short.
Yes.
That was, and you know that there's a lot more details to this one, so investigation is ongoing. Ivory May Qualls, 28 of Murphy's arrest for outstanding arrest warrant, but then there was also various items were seized and that type of stuff, and we've heard from eyewitnesses and from one report that there was a lot of personnel on the ground on this one. So I think
really?
Yeah, so I think that there may be more to these that we'll hear
as we find out more information.
Yeah, so that's 2 meth stories. So
yes, and this is the third one.
Okay, there we go.
Third and final one for today. As most people know, meth is sort of a national problem.
Yes.
So they've done these studies, and they've released them now. The 2004 National Survey on Drug Use and Health did a survey about methamphetamine use, and they concluded that meth use in rural areas is much riskier than in urban areas. And part of that they found out was because rural meth users start using at a much younger age, and they do not have the access to health services and transportation to access health services the way that urban people who are trying to recover, they have those services available to them. And our county is actually kind of in front of the curve with trying to provide substance abuse help to people who have these sort of issues, with the behavioral health department and CalWorks actually starting to have outreach offices in West Point, in Copperopolis, in areas where there isn't public transportation and there's no offices to help these people. And I thought it was kind of an interesting thing that Calaveras County is ahead of the curve on that one.
And for some of these rural counties, do you think some of this is a little bit of a societal issue as well? Because it seems like some of these issues where the kids would help, I mean, if there's more economic activities and different opportunities, economic opportunities for advancement, in rural counties, then they wouldn't feel the need, so to speak, to...
There's a lot of economic viability.
Yeah.
There's a lot of economic viability, though, out here in hiding in the hills and making meth, quite frankly, because you can just set up a lab and dispose of it rather quickly. So it becomes a all-encompassing issue up there.
Well, now we're going to kind of mix it up and do kind of a fun piece a little bit here. And tomorrow night, the Harvard Crocodillos will be at Ironstone. Now, this is a fun group. It's an all a cappella group. Now, I believe this group, and I think you wrote a story on this earlier, so you probably jump. But isn't it from Harvard? But obviously, the makeup of the group changes as the kids graduate. So this is an ongoing institution since what, the 40s? Isn't it what?
It's been a really long time. I can't remember the exact date, but they are really, really good. Very entertaining, beautiful voices, and they're amazing.
It should be nice in that room, in that nice live room, with the organ. It should be
with the organ.
Yeah, but they won't be. They're a cappella, so.
Yeah, but they're in the Alhambra room.
That's true. They may do that.
It's a nice backdrop.
Tone, the beep, beep. Okay, there we go.
They probably have one of them that does that.
Does the little pipe thing? Okay, all right.
So they're at Ironstone tomorrow night.
And it is a 6 p.m. start. Dinner buffet and performance at 6:30. Tickets are $45 per person and include dinner and a show.
Oh wow!
Reservations are required though. So if you want to go see,
call
if you want to hear the Crocs, pick up and call.
The last time they came, they actually performed with our own very local singing nuns.
The singing nuns,
and they were great. They're always interesting to go see too, and they're around a little more than the Crocodillos are. But if you ever get a chance to see the singing nuns, definitely go and see them.
Very nice.
And here's a little breaking news from our competition.
Yes,
actually, the Calaveras Enterprise today had an article on headstone vandalism. And the reason why we decided to pick it up is because it's a huge deal, because there were 40 headstones.
40.
The sheer number of...
It's not like a childhood prank. That's deliberate.
And they were broken. 40 headstones were knocked over and broken in the People's Cemetery in San Andreas, which has actually been having some trouble and complaints with maintenance issues, and there's just other stuff that's gone on there. But
trouble in Moke Hill cemeteries lately too, so it seems like
it's hard to get board members for the cemetery district.
Nobody wants to serve. It's kind of a dead-end job.
Position. Anyway, apparently estimates the damages at over $10,000.
Wow,
which is a lot. So that's from our competition.
Yes. Also, I mean, this is kind of as we're moving to a little bit of national news, and you may have seen this elsewhere, but the Dow passed 13,000 today. So that is it seems like this economy has a lot of obstacles and stuff thrown at it, but it just keeps chugging along. It just keeps on moving. Keeps on flying. And also, Apple posted record quarterly profits, so it was a business-wise, so it was a pretty good day.
And a couple years ago, they just didn't look too good.
Yeah, we thought Apple was going to disappear.
Yes. Yeah.
I guess the only thing
Well, they
on
have
Apple,
their loyal legion.
yes, but I guess the only thing on Apple is Steve Jobs may not be completely out of the water with the SEC because and this was this was on a stock backdating issue that went back to 2001, and the outgoing. I guess he's been gone for a while, but the CFO ex-CFO did a deal with the SEC, and he's not going to face charges or anything like that. But he basically did a little exit thing to where, hey, Jobs isn't so lily pure in all of this either. So I think, there may be a little more on, not really a Toy Story to paraphrase.
Not a Toy Story situation when they turn out to be friends and cohorts in the end.
I guess that's Pixar, not Apple. But,
exactly.
Anyway.
But and they found a new planet.
Yeah, speaking of Infinity and Beyond,
Infinity and
right?
Beyond, and Buzz Lightyear, and trying to get off world. They did apparently discover a new planet that's a lot like Earth, and it was discovered by the European Southern Observatory's telescope in Chile. And apparently, it has an atmosphere that could be from 32 to 104 degrees, which is very similar to Earth's.
Livable.
Yes, absolutely. And it is circling a red dwarf, which is a little cooler than what we circle in the sun. But they're thinking it could have liquid on it, which is necessary, obviously, for our types of life forms, carbon-based.
Right.
And it is 120 trillion miles away from us.
How many light years is that?
I don't know. But it's a long way away.
You have to get out my calculator. 186,000.
You know what's interesting, I know, is that that telescope is actually strong enough that they can see that the atmosphere is too thick for them to actually see the surface of the planet.
Interesting.
120 trillion miles away, and they can see that the atmosphere is too thick.
Wow.
Now that's just amazing to me.
Now, I guess with that distance, you kind of have to keep the telescope pretty steady. You don't
I think so. Yeah. You don't want to be doing this number with that. No. But apparently the scientists are really, really excited about it.
Very nice. Very nice. I guess also on another little national piece is John McCain. This is like one of those, it wasn't a very well-kept secret, but I guess he officially announced today, and he's been running, campaigning like that anyway, but I guess he officially
He's been running
announced.
For a while.
Yes, officially announced today. And also, if you've been hiding under a rock today, you probably may not have heard that Rosie O'Donnell is leaving The View.
Yeah.
So
apparently there was some sort of contract. Not necessarily a dispute, but they just wouldn't give her what she wanted.
She wanted $10 million for 1 year, and they wanted to give her $10 million over 3.
Oh.
So
is
that's
anybody
the issue.
worth $10 million?
We're not.
I don't know. Write to us. You can tell us.
Yes, and also on that kind of stuff, you heard that Katie Couric
I heard she's been on the skids for a while.
On the way
out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
you look at some of those news sites, like the Insider news sites, and
So I think it's so we don't have the turnover in our talking head staff.
No,
here
we
at the Pine
don't.
Tree yet,
No.
do we?
It's just us. So tune in tomorrow night.
Yes.
And you'll see just us again.
Just us again, yes.
Yeah. And for the weather.
Yes.
The weather. Arnold, tonight, mostly clear with a low of 44 degrees. But Thursday, it's heating up quickly. And these numbers are actually jumped from last night's numbers. Mostly sunny tomorrow, 71 degree
so
high.
Following the Dow.
It is.
Yeah.
Economically on the way up. Thursday night, 52 degree low, and Friday, 76 degrees in Arnold.
Wow.
And Friday night, 59, and Saturday, for you people who are planning your weekend, 76 degrees again in Arnold.
Very nice. Bear Valley, low of 36 tonight. Tomorrow, a high of 60. Thursday night, a low of 39. A high of 64 on Friday. Low of 44 Friday night, and Saturday a 62. So
that's pretty good.
So now that the resort's closed, they should probably start plowing I mean, I don't know if they're going to do it yet, but probably won't be too long until they start cleaning out the roads in the village and
Exactly.
stuff. So.
But the village is still open. If
Oh, of
people
course.
wanted to take
Yeah,
a drive up there
of course.
and have a pizza or
Oh, yeah, it's pretty.
go eat at the lodge, it's really nice.
Please do. They're nice
Murphy's.
folks, yes.
Yes, they are. Murphy's. Tonight, 49-degree low. Thursday, 76-degree high. Mostly sunny. Thursday night, clear. 51-degree low. Friday, 83 degrees. So you better get your flip-flops out. Friday night, 58 degrees low. And Saturday, 82 degrees. Wow. It's heating up fast.
All right. We'll drop a few hundred feet down to Angels Camp. Low of 53 tonight, a high of 77 tomorrow. Low of 53 Thursday night, a high of 84 on Friday, and a projected high of 85 on Saturday.
Isn't that amazing?
So,
Which will be really good for a lot of the events that are going on this weekend,
yes, which we will talk about.
which we will talk about tomorrow.
That'll be our tease. Tomorrow will be our weekend up.
Our weekend entertainment
entertainment
update.
edition. Yes.
That's right. And that's it.
That's about it.
That's our show for tonight.
And we want to thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching this. And so we'll have tomorrow should be a fun show because there's a lot of stuff going on this
There's a lot
weekend.
going on this weekend.
And we'll tell you. This will be our edition where we tell you what to do.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we kind of like that.
Yeah, because at home I never get to tell anybody what
No.
to do. So this will be my.
If you do, they don't listen.
They don't listen.
They don't
Yeah.
listen anyway. So
Thank you. Have a
thank
great
you.
night.
Good night.